Hello, YouTube. Good afternoon. I'm Yasmin. I'm host for Talking Talk. Talking Talk is a platform where you can practice languages as English, Spanish, German, Italian, French. There is not a class. I'm not a teacher. I'm here just to guide our conversation. And we usually have some subject and some questions to guide. Today, the subject will be how language shapes the way we see the world. And we usually start presenting ourselves to break the ice a little and to switch the language in our brain. So, about me, I'm 20, I live in São Paulo. Here I live with my parents, with my cat too. Nowadays, I work as an intern on software development, and I've been here in the platform since September 2023 to practice my English and sometimes Spanish too. And that's it about me. Rafael, could you present yourself, please?
Yeah, of course. So, hello everyone. My name is Rafael. I'm 32 years old. I grew up in São Paulo, but nowadays I'm living in Netherlands. I used to live in France, but because I'm doing my PhD there, I'm a PhD candidate. I'm a lawyer, and I am a PhD candidate at Paris Panthéon-Assas University where I'm also a teacher there. I've been teaching there for the last 3 years in the subjects of law of obligations, contract, special contracts, introduction to law. And I'm here to improve my English. It's something that I'm doing I think since February this year. And I'm also a French host here in Talk Talk. And it's a pleasure today. It was my French immersion, so it's very good to be here to practice a new language and today to speak how I said to talk to you with different this subjects about language. If I could understand correctly.
Thank you for coming, Rafael. So, starting with our first question, what's a word or phrase in your native language that doesn't quite exist in English?
This word, I think everyone every time it say something saudade, but
Yeah,
to choose something different, but not so different because I'm picking for from someone that I don't remember who. Cafuné is another word,
yeah,
so. That, but to be honest, there are words that we are able, how said, more able. It's normal to translate for another word, but each word is special. Even in our own language, when we talk something that we can't say with a synonym, it's not the same thing. So say home or house is not the same thing. There are different, and you know that they are different. But it's the same thing. So just to say about it, something like that. All translation is something very important in our life, but each word has how say it, unique meaning. So just to add this, what do you think about it, Yasmin?
yeah. There are a lot of words that we have here in Brazil, like you said, saudade, cafuné. Also, is these both languages? I think it just exist in Portuguese. I don't know if it exists in other languages. And I've been thinking here another one I think could be gambiarra. That is something that every
Yeah.
good Brazilian already do something about it in a moment of the life. And I think this action exists in another places, but the word for that just exists in Portuguese. For example, I don't know if you already saw this TV program that's called Extreme Ships Kate, I think, that is Muquiranas in Portuguese.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
they make a lot of gambiarras to not waste the money. So they use, I don't know, for clean between the teeth, they use, I don't know, hair, a part of the hair. So yeah, I think the gambiarras exist in
No,
another places, but this name, no.
Yeah, I think that I've heard about it, something about it. But they are Americans, no? American people, or is
Yeah,
that
but
that
we
is
have
existing in
one.
Portuguese?
Yeah, we have
Uh,
an edition in Brazil too. I don't
oh,
know
that's
if you already
very
watched it.
interesting. Yeah, no, and
Yeah,
I've never watched it, but it's something I will search about it because it's to me it's so
yeah,
funny. That could be a good thing to watch to also just waste my time without thinking about it so much. Very cool, very cool. And gambiarra it's a great word. I think that it's a part of the words that we can try to translate, but it's not the same thing. It's impossible.
yeah. This Brazilian edition, if I'm not wrong, these have something that don't have in other country editions. That is one rate between 0 and 5, rate of how this person is a mukirana. So
Okay.
yeah, there is some I don't know, some nicknames too to the participants. So yeah, it's really
Oh,
Brazilian.
very
I really
good.
love
But
that.
where can I find this TV show?
Yeah, I think it's in
It's
HBO if
it's
I'm not wrong.
okay. I don't know if I have the how say the way to access it, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I've been thinking here, and another word that I know don't exist in English is anteontem, that is the day before
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, that's
So they
true.
don't have it.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's
It's a
very
good
really
yeah, and
interesting.
no, it's very useful. I think that they have to how say that to create it. It should the
Yeah,
English people should create it, not the
yeah, I think
in
it's
the
very useful.
and to correct me the English speakers. We have to do it now. Now you are speaking English, so we can create this language, this word.
Yeah, I think they must create it because, yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking.
very big, say, like the day before yesterday, you know,
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah, and I'm thinking here and in French it doesn't exist in too. I think I will search to be sure, but it's a great word that I didn't realize before now. I didn't that it's important.
yeah, it's very interesting. Um, so the second question, do you think we think differently depending on the language we are using?
Yeah, to me, definitely we think differently. I believe that the words, for example, there are many times in my life, in many situations that, especially when I'm living in French, that I'm thinking I'm a different person, I can say too. So, and it's another way to express the same thing, but not the same thing. It's different. So I totally agree with this affirmation here. And for example, when we when we read a little bit about the theory named cognitive linguistic, we can understand a little bit how it works. So the words are shaped how so that with with metaphors. So our way to think about the life, it's I don't know how to say it, por meio de, I don't know how to say it in English, I don't remember, metaphors. So it's something very, and each culture creates your own metaphor, and the language is the most important thing about a culture, I think. And so it's totally different. I think that because of that, when we learn a new language and we learn new words, we can how say it, just say exactly what we are thinking in this language. Uh, so to me, I think that I've already answered this question. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think the expression changes a lot. So there are some expression in Brazilian, in Portuguese that don't make sense in another language. So we have to change our way to think to build the phrases structures And I think for me, for example, when I am in an immersion, I always change
Mm.
my brain to use another language. So yeah, in Portuguese, if I would talk in Portuguese, I use more maybe expressions from Brazil, but they don't make sense in English. So yeah, I think this is totally differently.
Yeah, and other thing I think, for example, now I'm talking English to me, it's speaking English with you, talking English with you. It's hard to me because I'm not fluent, totally fluent in English. I don't have a lot of words. My vocabulary it's a little bit more stricter than in Portuguese. So it's hard, and especially because sometimes I'm trying to translate it yet. So it's not like, for example, I'm really fluent in French, and I'm not doing translate. I'm just speaking French and English. Uh, until now, it's like that to me. I'm not thinking English for real. I'm trying to make little translations, and that's the problem because there are many phrases in Portuguese that doesn't fit in English. It's just how to say it. No, in English, but even in French, it's how to say that happen to me because especially when I'm writing, my way to write my writing is how to say it, a Brazilian way. And when I'm thinking about something very complex in French, and I use it to how to say that. Normally, I created phrases that it's okay in the point of view or the grammar point of view. It's very good in French, but it's not the way that a French person, a native speaker, will write the same thing. So it's how to say that another curiosity about the different thinking in the different languages.
Yeah, you said about writing, and I remember here in Brazil we have a way that you usually write that is handwriting cursive letters.
Yeah.
And for example, in USA, I don't know other countries, but I know in USA they don't use so much it. So it's very
Oh.
interesting think about that here in Brazil we have a lot of people that write in cursive letters. But I will search here if there are
And
another
do you
country
use
that.
cursive letters too, or to you it's
Yeah, to be honest, no, I don't like.
you just stop.
Yeah.
You're this new generation. Now, to me, it's important to to do like that, but I didn't know. I didn't know in US it was different. Interesting to know. In France, I can say that, especially my students, university, they don't, they use the cursive letter normally. Maybe it's something about the Latin language, or it's not.
Yeah.
It's something that is changing probably. Because nowadays everything that happened in US will happen in other countries after. So I don't know.
Yeah, and we learn in the beginning of the school how to write with these cursive letters. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
they
they continue doing the same thing at least when we are young.
yeah. I search here. There are some countries that also use that is Portugal, Italy, Spain,
Mm.
United Kingdom, and France. But
Oh, even
Thailand don't use
France.
it.
Okay.
It's very, I don't know, it's very strange because here in Brazil, like I said, we started to learn how to use cursive letters in the beginning of the school. So it's really, I think it's really present in our society.
Yeah, yeah, it's something I think that's important yet because, for example, to me, if I have to, how say that, write something and then I don't know the other way, not cursive way, I don't know how to say it. So, to be honest, it's something that I've been not done in my life. Maybe I know because especially with the I don't know how to say this part, the teclado, and I can see this form, but it's not exactly the way that I have to do, especially for the little letters that I don't know how to say that minusculas. And so it's something that if someone just changed it, the way to do it for oh now it's official, you cannot write not how say that like that in the official documents. That will be hard to me.
I search here is like block letters. Yeah,
Block letters.
this letter that is next to the keyboard of the computer.
Okay, block letters,
Yeah.
and the other ones is cursive letter.
Yeah, yeah, is that I
Okay.
search here. I don't know. I just can write with block letters. I cannot use the cursive. I think my letter is really, really small. So if I write
Ah,
in
okay.
cursive, it's like some bugs in the paper. So I have to use block letters, but the lower, so the
Okay.
minusculous. Yeah.
But yeah, and I know that the people, for example, and I don't know if it's true to you, it's true to you, but we can write it even more quickly than it was, for example, in the cursive letter, or it's the same to you. Also that the yeah, the speed that you write, because I know if I have to write in block letters, that will be very slow.
Yeah, the me is the opposite. So sometimes
Yeah, I
I
imagine
want
that.
to make some title in my notebook. I don't know, and I use the cursive letters to I don't know to make a difference comparing to
Yeah?
the. And I take some seconds to do it, but if I use the block letters, I am more speed. I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's the practice. It's the same to me, but the opposite.
Yeah. So I think
And
we already
and
talked about the
just
third.
in curiosity about you, just like or two of us here. So do you learn English in at the school in the school, or how it was in your time? Because in my time it was not good. Even in the house at particular schools, it was not good. But you speak very well English.
Oh,
It's
thank
interesting to see.
I studied in a
Did you learn
public
it?
school and we had
Yeah.
some classes of English, but was very traditional way, you know. So I don't know
Ah,
if you already
okay.
see some meme for English teachers coming with a radio to the class.
Oh, okay.
So it was
Just
like
to
that.
okay. So your generation it's more how to that the learners.
Yeah, I think yeah, because was really next to these classes, you know, the teacher come with the radio and there are some book that we follow the captures. So, but we didn't advance so much in the traditional way to learn, I think so. Yeah, I think I learned, to be honest, I feel that I learned more in Talk and Talk because I
Mm-hmm.
even with the self-learning and in the school too, I think it's very restricted and I always forgot the things. So yeah, I think I lose time if I practice in another way.
Yeah, yeah, no, to me it was yeah, that's the same. Here I can see my progress now, but even how to say it, notice that I could notice that I've already known something because before how to say it, I didn't use it in English in my communication, my daily life, and I just thought that I was able to read something, but not to talk, not to speak. So it's important. But interesting because I realized that how said most of my students have your age. So and I know that they are so good in many languages, even in France that they are not so good in language in foreign language. And I would like to know how if it was something how said that in the education or life. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I learned more with movies, with immersions, and that's it.
Yeah,
The
that's
traditional
very
way
good.
don't doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work. Good, good. So go.
Uh,
Let's go for the another questions.
Okay. I think the third one we already talked about, so you skip to
Okay.
the four. What's something only been able to express clarify after learning a new language?
Something that. I've been only been able to express clearly after learning a new language. I don't know. It's a hard question. I know that it exists because sometimes, especially when I'm with my house that Brazilian friends speaking in Portuguese, and we speak something in French, not the phrase, but we try to translate the way that we speak in French or use a word that doesn't exist in Portuguese because it was exactly that we were talking about it. But to be honest, I don't have an example here. If you want to share an example, I will think it here.
Yeah, I also don't have one. I think, uh, I don't know, this question is really hard. Maybe, yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
can't
know.
think
Oh,
about.
especially I don't know. Maybe the foods, but it's not a way to how to say that speak in French, but or other in English. It's just that the meal is how to say that a French meal or something like that. But I don't know. But I know that it's a good question because it really exists, but it's hard to find an example.
Yeah, yeah, really hard. So let me go to the five one. How do body languages and tone influence what we say and how it's understood?
Oh, to me, I think it's so important. It's so important, and there are different ways. I think it's something specific about how that you have to learn of a language, and it's something that I'm trying to do in English because I have the impression that I speak English so much like a Brazilian guy that speak Portuguese, and sometimes, and it's something very important. How so that don't be how so that ashamed and don't have shame and try to do like the Americans, like English people, like South African peoples. So because it's important, there are something that we have to copy to really understand how to do it in their language. So like if they make some noises or when they speak more loud in a part of the phrase, it's something. It's not just style of the person. It's something that it's about the culture. So this point, it was the question. It was exactly the tone influenced what you say. Oh, and to be understood, it's totally important because if you say something in that different tone, the person is not how say that. You can not be understood because it's something that the person is habituated, if I can say like that, acostumado, to heard this phrase, this word in the certain tone. So I think that it's totally important. I don't know if the same thing can be rude too. It's something that I think that it can happen in another language. Something that we could say in Portuguese with how so that maybe so loud in other languages. It's not the same thing. I don't know, but especially to be understood, it's very important. In general speaking, it's important. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this is very important and influence a lot because, like you said, we can sound rude or maybe sometimes sound inconfident too. Because if you have a body language more shy and
Yeah.
speak in a really soft tone, maybe we can sound unconfident about what you're talking about. Yeah, I think this really changed, and something that changes between the language too is the tone syllable. That is the part of the word that is stronger.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can change that with another language because I don't know, we don't know so much well, or we are I don't know, committing some making some mistake. And sometimes this can sound rude to the native people. So yeah, I think this influence a lot. And here, thinking about Portuguese, we have some phrases that change the meaning according to the word that we say stronger. So one phrase can change the meaning completely depending of the tone that you use. So yeah, I think this influence a lot.
Yeah, it's important. It's so important. Yeah, and I forgot this part of about how to that body language. It's something very, very important. Like I said, you can uh, even if you're not how said your English or your how said foreign language, that's your second language is not the best. How said that you're not so fluent. If you are confident, it's totally different. The people will how said that pay attention on you. And the opposite is true. You can be, how said it, saying something in Portuguese, but if you're not confident, if you're not, how said it, and this, how said it, confident, you show about, how said, with our language, our body.
Yeah, and I think some
Okay,
body
sorry.
languages could help also. Oh,
No, no, go ahead.
ah, okay.
Sorry.
I think some body languages also help when we try to say something without know the language. So sometimes try to explain with the hands or pointing to some
Yeah,
specific places. So yeah.
that can help a lot.
The sixth one, what makes a language
Okay.
beautiful or difficult in your opinion?
Nah, I think it's totally is especially talk about how so that the beautiness, I don't know, a beleza, the beauty, sorry, the beauty, it's something that it's totally subjective. Maybe it's something that you feel comfortable or that you are interested to learn, or you're curious, or you feel that it's exotic. Something. It's totally subjective. The difficult is too subjective, but I think that's more linked with if you have or not facilities. If you are exposed to this language for many years. For example, English. Normally, the people can think that it's easy in this certain way because it's something that we are being in contact all how said for our whole life, so whole life. For the but German that can be very difficult because we don't know a lot. It's totally different. It's not the modern language like, for example, French, Italian, or Spanish. So we have the impression that we are starting for this from the zero, and that can be very how say that scary. I cannot even imagine it about how say that the Asian language that we know that is not the same alphabet. It's not the same how say that many things that we have it. So here, so I think that it's something that make language or difficult. It's that we don't have so many how say that knowledge about it, and it's totally different to us. I think that's it. And for you, what do you think about that? This what make the language beautiful or difficult?
Yeah, for me, I think it's very specific, very subjective for everybody. And I agree with you. And for me, there are two languages that are the most beautiful of all. That for me is Mandarin. That is one Chinese
Wow!
variation. Is very beautiful. I think it's because of the way that they talk and mainly the accent, I think. And French too. French is a language that I want to learn, but I don't have time enough to do it.
Wow!
But I think it's so
Came to my
beautiful.
my immersions. Come to my
When
immersions.
I start to learn, I will go. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think these both are really beautiful. I really like that. And about the difficult languages, I agree with you. Maybe the Asian languages are really hard. There's something that's called family tree of the languages. I don't know if you already saw that, but is how
No?
mixed the languages is for the others. So
Okay.
it's because of this tree that are easy for us that talk in Latin the wired language to talk about in Spanish or in French or I can't remember another one that is the
Italian,
later.
bro.
Yeah, But for Asian languages, it's more hard because it is more far for the tree. I will send the image here because when
Yeah, well,
about
yeah.
that,
If you how said search, you can share with me, and because that would be
yeah,
interesting. Because I just know about the Latin language, but not the other ones. But
I
cool.
sent here. I tried to send the image, but
Ah, okay.
doesn't
No, no, but
go.
oh, I see here. I saw here.
Yeah,
Oh, very,
and
very
here.
interesting.
Yeah, the Portuguese is next to the Spanish, Catalan,
Yeah,
French, Italian, and if you look, the other is languages that sound really difficult to us. For example, Persian. I think it sounds
yeah. It's
really
something that
difficult to me.
you cannot even imagine it how to say it because I'm terrible to how to say that to notice the how to say, which language other person is talk in my how to say that aside of me. So something that I always curious, but to me it's hard. Nowadays, for example, I'm living here in
Yeah.
Netherlands, and I'm not able to identify if someone is speaking in Dutch or in another language. To me, it's just how to say it. It's something that I don't know.
Yeah, there are some languages that are really curious. I don't know if you already see the Arabic alphabet. That is one video of one girl pointing to the whiteboard and saying the alphabet, and I see that and sounds really
Ah,
difficult.
it's someone that it's a girl that say, "Oh, it's so easy." It is
Yeah,
that
it's that,
yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
and
so
she's talking
easy.
something totally totally hard to pronounce for us, the Brazilians.
Yeah, it's that video.
I
Yeah, sounds really difficult. God.
no, I've seen this video. Very
Um,
cool.
yeah,
I watch
so
it.
I laugh a lot with this video because she said, "Oh, it's the most easiest language,"
Yeah. No,
and
but
then she
she's
starts
how
to
to say
talk.
that she's it was impossible to repeat what she was saying.
Yeah, and she need a lot
Very
of
good.
energy to see the alphabet because are really strong letters.
Yeah. In Arabic, it's something very, very beautiful. There are many differences
Yeah,
between one another, and it's something very beautiful.
yeah. And another language that I think is strong too is, gosh, I forgot how it is in English, but I always forgot this is. German. Yeah.
Ah, the German.
Is
Yeah.
very strong when they say sometimes you think they are saying bad words or I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
For
they are
the,
I don't know greeting you, you know. So yeah.
I agree with you.
It's very strong, very nice. So the seventh question. Have you ever misunderstood someone because of language and what happened?
I don't remember though, but it's how said it. Yes, I have, and I don't remember exactly why, but probably I've already said something. How said it? Funny in French, so that it was everyone understood that I was not saying something rude or but for example, it's something that it's not a good example, I think, because I never did this mistake. How say I've never committed this mistake. But it's something common in France. And when you say for someone that you visit someone, you have to say rendre visite. Because if you say just visit, that can have a sexual connotation. So it's something that, and there are other things that you can say in this way. And it's happened a lot with the foreign language, how say that, speakers like me. So to do not to say this other connotations of how said words and use it. So it's something that, but not a misunderstood. It was just how say that the people how say that making joke with my how say that not that I don't have this knowledge. So and after teaching me that oh in French if you say like that that can be interpreted like another thing. So it happened a lot, but I don't have other example. But and for you, how said that happened with you?
I don't know. I think not that something so hard. Maybe I already make some mistakes, but make some misunderstood. I don't know because it's very. People know that is a foreign language to us, so maybe they are more soft to
Yeah,
understand that.
no,
I think it's
totally
the
agree.
same when we meet someone that is for another country in Brazil trying to say something and make some mistake. I think it's the same knowledge that we have. But I already saw one video of a girl that was working in a semi company that one person that talks Spanish. And in the next to this company, there's a gym. And then this girl invite the guy to go to the gym with her after the work, but wants to say in Spanish because she was Brazilian and talking Portuguese. So they say, "Oh, Spanish is next to Portuguese. I can invite him." And she says something like. Uh, correr, about to run, but correr has one sexual connotation.
Ah, I
Yeah,
didn't know
because it's
in
like
Spanish.
yeah, she wants
Okay.
to talk like correr, like in the gym, but she
Yeah,
had
yeah.
one sexual
Wow.
connotation, and I see that, and yeah, for
Wow.
him, it
So
sounds
it's
really.
something to note.
Yeah, I think after that she never more said something without know the
That-
pronunciation.
yeah. No, it's oh, I don't speak Spanish. Sorry. I speak just Portuguese.
Yeah, maybe for him the worst that for him the worst could be that she talk in Portuguese. So for him in the his mind, I imagine that sounds next, and he thinks she was in this other connotation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
really, I think it's
that can
really,
happen when you're talking outside a foreign language.
I think it's very dangerous sometimes.
Yeah. At least in embarrassing.
Yeah, at least embarrassing. I agree with you. So the number eight, do you believe that language can include or exclude people? How so?
Yeah, the language can no totally the both. I think we can use the language. It's the powerful tool to communicate. It's not the only one, but this to me it's the most important. And it's something that the human beings believe it that it was something. Oh, just the human beings can do it. Nowadays we know that's not like that. But it's something that we are very proud about it. That we can speak. In this complex way and oh just the human beings can do it but it's also something that can how should I include so when you learn another language now like we are doing here to speak in English an entire world is open to us so not just for the foreign how say that the cultures that they where they speak English, but the other cultures too, because nowadays everyone speak English. So it's a way to be included in the different countries now with English. We can travel for no matter where and. So it's a way to inclusion, but that can be also some a tool to exclude someone. For example, even in Portuguese, the people that don't speak good Portuguese in a way, how say the formal way, because it's not. I how to say that. I will reformulate it. It doesn't exist a good Portuguese. It's just how to say that. It's the formal way and the popular ways. The and if some the people don't have this opportunity, it's something that you use to exclude the people. So oh no, you don't speak Portuguese well. It's just to say you're poor. You don't have education. So it's a good example. And even to how said continuing talking about foreign language, it's for example. Here in Europe, the people that don't like the foreign people, the immigration in general, can use the language and not just the language, but the accent of someone to also that exclude this person. So it's common. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The language is a tool, and as every tool, just depends of the people that are using it. So I think there are a lot of prejudice involving languages, like you
Yeah.
said, if the person don't know about the polite words or structures, could be excluded. And in another countries too, have a lot of prejudices with the other people that are visiting or living there. For example, I saw one video of a girl that was in I think it was in France, and she tried to make I forgot an order in the restaurant, but she wanted to talk in English, and the waiter makes in a way that he doesn't understand, just to her talk in French. So yeah, sometimes they know how to talk in English, how to communicate the basic, but even that, they have the prejudice to talk in another language, just like to talk in the native languages for them. So yeah, I think that could exclude people in that way, but can be really inclusive in another ones, because is a tool that we can use. For example, even if we don't are in, I don't know, a country that talk in, I don't know, Spanish, but we meet people that talk in Spanish, we can make this connection, make these talks.
Yeah.
So I think could include a lot. In internet, for example, is something that can include a lot using another language to communicate to other people. Yeah, so I think it's a tool depending about who is using it, but can make the both include or exclude.
Yeah.
What do you notice first when you hear someone speaking a language you don't know?
Oh, I usually the language that I don't know. I don't know what I think. The first thing that I try to do is to identify the language. And so what is how said this person is speaking, what language it is, but it's many times it's so hard. Other times we can realize it. For example, that it's a language that we know. For example, oh, it's Italian, I can identify Italian, or even English or French. So it's something that I can notice. But I don't know when I don't understand. I don't have so many thoughts about it because it's happened a lot to me here, especially in Netherlands, and I don't mind a lot. But I'm not the kind of person that appreciated just the sound, you know. I just want to. I'm curious. I would like to know what this person is talking, is speaking, what language it is. But after that, I don't think so much. And for you?
Yeah, I think I never passed through a situation like that, that I tried to communicate with someone
Mm-hmm.
that I was talking in another language that I don't know. But I think in this case, I will try to notice first the body language of the person. Like I will try to say that I am not understanding nothing, and to the persons say with the hands, I don't know. Um, Maybe the body language could help in that point. But yeah, I think
No, to establish a communication, I totally agree with you. It's something that I've already known people in my life that when I didn't speak English like I'm doing here, I could not communicate it. It was just how said it. I could make how said it. I could make good friends like that. Just how said it. Smiling. How said that? Drink a beer together, trying to show something for the people, so for the person. So it's something very possible to do because we have other tools to communicate.
Yeah, I think the body language, the gesture could pass the message when it
Yeah, a
could
little bit.
could really help. Um, the last one is very interesting. If you could instantly speak any language in the world, which one would you choose and why?
It's a hard question. Nowadays, my life, if I had this power, I will choose. German because it's something very important in my work. So my job, in especially in the house that they have many students in law. They are known how so that about it. They are so good, and so if I could speak German, that will be very important to my career to have access many books that I don't have access nowadays. They are publishing many things in English, but just articles. But the most how say that deep studies are they how say that write in German, so that would be very important to me. But I don't know if that would be the better would be the best decision that I can do. But that's the reason. And for you?
Yeah, I would like to choose the French. I think is a really beautiful language and exists in some countries that I want to travel some time of my life. So I would like uh, to choose the French. But another one that isn't French that I would like to choose too is sign language. In Brazil, the sign
Oh,
language is
cool.
Libras. So I think is really cool because it's possible to communicate with people that have disability involving
Mm.
auditive disability. So yeah, I think could be really nice.
Yeah, because I have to say something to you. That would not be a good choice, French, because French it's easy for you, so it's something that you can learn how to say that in the traditional way. If you had this opportunity, choose another language like how to say that sign language or something like that, because I'm how to say that rating you in my immersions and in French immersions, and you will see that if you speak Portuguese, Spanish, French, it's so close. It's just a little bit different. I will not say that's the same thing, but it's so close. You
Yeah,
feel
I was.
like you already know something, you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a beginner, but you feel like, oh, I can speak this language a little bit.
I like so much to learn that I have to have some time to try it because yeah, sounds really beautiful to me. The words, the accent is so beautiful. I really like
Cool,
it.
cool. I
I
think that's
really
the most
like to
important
learn.
thing you already had. You've already had because it's how said that it's this interesting that you have about France, so it's good.
Yeah, this make me think in another question that isn't here, but I'm
Okay.
curious about it. Have you ever dreamed in another language that isn't Portuguese?
Yeah, yeah, it's happened to me frequently because, for example, especially when I'm dreaming with someone that I have a how say it, a relationship in French. It doesn't make sense to me to how say it, in my brain. I think to dream in Portuguese because the people will not understand me. So. I have dreamt. I don't know how. I have a problem with this verb in French a lot because, for example, when I for example, if I dream in a situation that I'm in the university, I use just French there. I don't use Portuguese or another language. So it happened to me a lot. In English, I don't know if it happened with me. But maybe because especially when I'm studying a lot nowadays, I'm studying a lot English because I'm trying to improve my English, and maybe it happened, but I don't remember. And with you did you have have you had this experience?
Yeah, in Spanish, no, but in English sometimes, mainly when I had some
Yeah, it happened.
immersion more next to the night or the afternoon and I dreams with
Mm.
something. I usually dream talking in English. Yeah, it was really strange when it's happened the first time, but it was really nice, really
But
different.
you how said that you was happy with this because it's good, no, especially when
Yeah,
we are trying to learn this language and we realize, oh, I'm
yeah.
dreaming in this language.
Yeah, it was really nice because I don't know, I every time that I wake up is very messy in my mind. So I take some minutes to notice what was happening. And when I noticed, I became really happy because I don't know, we make some big effort to learn something and we
Yeah.
when we notice we are really learning, language is one of these things, but can be another one. Yeah, I think this is very nice to our objectives and a good way to keeping ahead and going to learning the thing.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And oh, it's something that because when you have, for example, now you're having a conversation, an entire conversation in English, and I think that it was at this point when when we achieve this point, it's something that we start to be more how say it. Oh, I can get it because to me, for example, before
Yeah.
I could to will have a conversation in English, even if I will make many mistakes, etc. It was something that, oh, I don't know if I'm able to speak in French or in English. But when I started to have a little conversation, I started to dream in another language, you can believe in yourself a little bit more, to say, oh, I'm able to learn this language. It's cool. You can even enjoy, especially for example, what videos in the foreign language you can say, "Oh, I understood. I didn't understood everything, but I understood a little bit." So it's I think that's beautiful about learn another language, a second, third language. And I hope you how to say that I know that you stay here in Talk and Talk for even more 10 years, and you will be the how to say that, the kind of person that we have here that speak how to say it, at least four languages.
I would like so much to know. I
Yeah,
really
you can do it.
Yeah, I think this that you talk about is like little achievements because you watch a video and you notice, okay, I couldn't, and I'm starting to learn this. I couldn't understand everything, but I get some points and the mainly message, the mainly meaning. So I think
Yeah,
our little achievements in the daily life and make us feel this sensation that okay, I can go and get it.
yeah, exactly. A little bit proud, happy. Oh, so I think that's it's most important. For example, with English, I'm trying to create this feeling because I don't have a good relationship in the past with I how said with English. I didn't have. So, but it's something that I'm trying to create it because I think it is so important. When you have the pleasure to learn something, to do something, you will do even more. And if you do even more, you will be how say, you will improve. It's something it's natural. For example, if you like to speak English, we will do even more, and like that, we will be better in. So it's important to create this kind of how say that pleasures in this learning process.
Yeah, it's really nice. I really like that. So I think unfortunately we don't have time to another one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to thank you to have this conversation with me today. And if you have time to come to my immersion for English, I don't know if you is in your hour because I know you are for another country, but if you have time and interest too, I have English immersions every Friday, 5 p.m. on the Brazilian time. So
Okay,
if you
5
have time,
p.m.
please come.
Friday. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially if I will not how to say that drink a beer here, I can appear because it's how to say it's 10 p.m. to me, but it's not
Oh,
it's not hours that I'm doing something. And it was a very it was very good to speak to you today. I really enjoy it. How to say I will how to say that dinner here now. Very happy. Thank you a lot to how to say for this conversation.
thank you for this conversation, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, we will see. We'll see you in another how to say